Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I am so excited to be here with Abby Heckman. She is one of our creative partners. Abby, say hi.
Hi.
Let us know where you're from.
We are coming live to you tonight from Oak Harbor, Ohio, which is in Northwest Ohio.
And this is our second time going around. So hopefully all of you guys that are jumping back on, my bad. It's my fault. And let us know where you're joining from us. Say hi to Abby and also say hi to her daughter, Tessa. Tessa, say hi to everyone as well.
Hi.
She is behind the camera. All right, I'm gonna let you take it over. Introduce yourself, tell us what we're gonna be doing tonight. And I'm so excited to play, create, and connect with you guys.
All right, well, let's get started. Like I said, I'm Abby Heckman, and I am excited to be coming to you live from Ohio. We are in Northwest Ohio. We are here at Inspiration in Bloom tonight, which is our scrapbooking bed and breakfast. So we get the opportunity to be with scrapbookers every single weekend and watch them create and craft. So many of our customers are Kiwi Lane fanatics, aficionados, and some just getting started. But for the last 7 years since we've owned our bed and breakfast, we have introduced our customers to Kiwi Lane. We started way back before there were gatherings and get-togethers and all that. We would take paper packs and we would just cut them up using the different templates and put them all out on the table and just let people create. So we didn't have books back then that we could follow, or layouts, or Pinterest, or any of that fun stuff. We just created layouts. So what people saw was 10 people sitting around the table with the exact same product line, using a paper pack and using all sorts of different layouts and creating all different layout looks and layout designs. So what we're going to do tonight is make some holiday layouts using a paper pack. That's one of my favorite ways to create, is taking a paper pack, because usually I buy a pack because I love all the designs in it and I can't decide which ones. And I also like to get a lot done at one time. So I am the mother of 4 very busy kids who are involved in sports and school and all that fun stuff. I'm also a full-time certified nurse midwife. So I am working in the hospital 3 24 shifts every 2 weeks. So we're busy with that. And then, like I said, we're running our scrapbooking bed and breakfast every weekend. So when I get a minute to create, I need to get a lot done and fast. So while I love everybody's layouts and the creativity that we see on the Facebook page with all of the designs that people are doing, sometimes I just don't have time to spend on a layout, and I'm not as creative as all of you. So sometimes what I try to do is get a lot done and get layouts done. I also know that there are a lot of people out there who haven't tried Kiwi Lane, who are overwhelmed by all of the Kiwi Lane that people come to a crop carrying. And don't know where to get started. So tonight, that's going to help you too. What we're going to use on our layouts tonight are sampler set 1 and 2. So it's a limited amount of templates, so not a lot of choosing. I also find that when people are looking at Pinterest and trying to copy layouts, they say, oh, I can't make this one because I don't have Paisley Place, or I can't make that one because I don't have this one. But what we want to do is get the idea of how to create the layouts using any of the templates that you might have, and make you portable to go to maybe a day crop where you can grab a couple packs of paper, your sampler starter set, and you can go to town creating all sorts of fabulous layouts. What I like to do is get my layouts done, and then I add my pictures after that. So then I kind of see where I have space to add my pictures and how big or how many. So a lot of times I have layouts done, and then when the event comes, I can just put my pictures in it. So tonight what we're going to do is use a photo play line called Gnome for Christmas, and we're going to make 3 2-page layouts. So let's get started, and let me show you what the paper collection looks like and how we choose our papers. So what we're going to do here is check out our Gnome for Christmas, Gnome for the holidays, and you can see how fun this line is from Photo Play. Lots of bright, vibrant colors, on trend with all the gnomes, and it's got a sticker sheet in it. So when I do these layouts using a paper pack, what I do is find 3 different color sheets of plain cardstock. And that's what's going to be our base for the majority of what we're doing. So you can see I chose some of the traditional red, green, and then I picked a black one because it accents our gnomes quite nicely with their little buckles and hats and our snowman and stuff like that, which will make our pictures stand out. So then what we want to do is take our paper pack and then decide which papers kind of go with which theme that we're trying to do. So sometimes I don't take this paper and see all Christmas. We're going to actually do a winter layout with this. So the first one we're going to do is pick our green color. So we're going to go through the paper pack and pick the pieces of paper that are going to go with the green. So in this instance, I have chosen to use the holiday lights because they go quite nicely with the green. And then I'm actually going to steal a piece of this red cardstock to match with that. So this one I think will make a fabulous layout using these colors. And then each paper pack has a sheet of cut aparts. They're 3x5 cut aparts. So I kind of studied that too. And you can see in this paper collection, these are our cut aparts. So then I kind of wanted to use some of the same color scheme. So we're going to use this Merry Christmas one and the Gnome for the Holidays one on this layout. Then the next one we'll go to is the black cardstock. And this is just plain old black cardstock. And what I did with this one was take all of the holiday paper. So your traditional reds and greens, and that's the ho 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 paper and the holly paper, and then the stripe paper. And that stripe is actually on the back side of your cut apart sheet. So we're only going to use one of the cut apart sheets, and then we can use that stripe on the back side. So again, I reserved these 3 sheets of paper to go with, and actually we're going to sneak in this white sheet so we can use that for photo mats on any of our sheets. So those are the papers we're going to use for that layout. And then our third layout, what we're actually going to do is take one of these blue sheets. And isn't this a stunning blue snowflake pattern? Now, when I look at the paper packs, I always say, well, is there a sheet I don't necessarily think I'm going to be able to use very easily while creating with Kiwi Lane? And while this is a super fun sheet to do for kind of the days before Christmas, it's not conducive to scrapbooking with Kiwi Lane. So what I decided was instead to go ahead and use the back side of this so that we can use this as our background on the paper. So I'm going to use both of those sheets as our background and make kind of a fun winter sledding snowman kind of setup for us. So I know you guys in Florida and the South and the Arizona might not have snow, but we get lots of snow here in Ohio, which luckily we haven't had much yet, but we are guaranteed to get it. So this piece of paper, how fun is this? But one of the things I liked about this piece of paper is it's kind of got a little Kiwi Lane thing going on, because you can see where we can cut apart all of this and kind of make our own little Kiwi Lane template, so to say, out of the paper as it exists. So we'll be able to cut that up. And then again, here's a sheet of white paper that's kind of got little red and green little specks that kind of go through it, which will be great to use as an accent color and for photo mounting. And then we're going to use this red sheet that's got some little dark polka dots on it. And again, we're going to use that for the accent pieces. So now what I've done is divided up our entire paper kit and kind of divided it up into the 3 sections so that we can go ahead and make 3 2-page layouts. And again, it's using this one paper pack and 6 sheets of cardstock. Okay, and as we go by, I know that storage is always the proverbial question on templates. So you can see what I'm using here is the designer template storage tray. And this works fabulous for us here because we let people use our templates every weekend when they come to Scrapbook. So again, we've got our novice people and our expert people, and they just come and get the templates out of here. We've got them all designed or all separated from borders to fun borders, our accessories, our tiny accessories. But this gives people an opportunity to try things out. Sometimes they're not necessarily organized well, but a lot of times I think people spend too much time looking for a certain template, a certain accessory, in which case we just say grab something and create with it. So kind of go the opposite way with it. And as you know, in the idea books, mine is well loved here. Again, sometimes when people flip through here and they say, well, I can't create that because I don't have a certain template, they kind of abandon the whole thing. And what I want people to do is with that sampler set, kind of get used to just creating and substituting and saying, hey, this one is close enough to this one, it'll give me the same idea as the layout. So we like to use our idea books to kind of get inspiration from that. But again, it's just an idea of creating. And again, imagine with no idea books, no Pinterest, that you're just using a base set of templates to go ahead and create. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a little sneak peek over here of what we are going to create. So we'll kind of just walk through those layouts one at a time so that you can kind of get the idea of what they look like and kind of how we made them. So we'll get set up here and hopefully you can see everything. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and start with our blue layout. So as you can see, this is the one that we chose the blue background on. So what we're gonna do is start our blue background, and we'll get our supplies out because we know we need our pop dots, which I'm a huge fan of using pop dots on all of our accessories. And we've got our distressed ink with our dauber, and we've got our scissors and our pencil. So we're ready to roll here. So what we're gonna do, and I've pre-cut some of this because you all know how to cut and trace, but I just want to give you the idea of how to make the layouts and how we used the paper to do that and how much you can get done and how quickly you can get done these layouts. So we've got our blue background down, and then the first thing we're going to cut is our Aspen Court. So this is Aspen Court 3A and Aspen Court 3B. So those are going to be the ones that are at the very tippy top of our page. And then we're just going to cut those out of that red paper. Again, you guys all know how to do the cut and trace. And then with these, a lot of times it's hard to get that concept of you get two for your double the price, bang for your buck, so that when you cut these, that you can pull them apart. So you're really just using your cutter to cut one line, drawing your line, no fussy cutting, just cut it. And then you have both of your templates that you need. So that is how we're doing that. So, and then we're gonna ink all of our edges. So again, we're using our vintage photo inking with the dauber. And you're just gonna chalk the edges of it. How many of you guys chalk your edges? Or what colors do you use? I used to be one of those, have every color ink and matchy and chalk them all with the same color of ink until we discovered the vintage photo. Helps cover up your pencil lines. I get a lot of people when they start out with Kiwi Lane say, oh, I need to erase my pencil lines, or they try and do it on the back. How many of you are proficient about tracing this on the back and having it turn out how you want? I am not one of those people yet because I always have them backwards. So I just feel like it's easiest to trace it how I want it and then cover up my pencil lines with my vintage photo ink when I'm daubing that. So again, you can see how that's going to be where Aspen Court is right along the top of that. And I love how this red accents the blue, and then it brings out all of our little snowmen in the bottom. All right, so the next thing what we're going to do is take that piece of paper that we studied that had the little gnomes on the sled and the little snowmen. And what I'm going to do is on the bottom is right here is going to be my bottom layer that's right over here. And so I'm just going to kind of Kiwi Lane style, just go ahead and follow that cut line right there below the gnomes. So we're just going to go ahead and cut that off. And that's what's going to be our base on this bottom page right here. And then what I did was cut the next one up on a straight cut on my cutter. And then again, you're going to take your scissors and just cut along the top of this. So papers that are made like this that have different repeats on them or layers, those are great to cut along the bottom. And again, look how cute these snowmen are on the bottom of our layout. They just look like they kind of all belong with that. So we get the joy of having them on our layout, but not making it the total background, because sometimes I think we can get too much going on in our backgrounds. So again, you can see how we just put those on the bottom parts of our layout. Okay, the next thing we're going to cut is Cascade Trails. And again, those fun borders are a nice way to add accent pieces or accent colors and break up some of your layouts. So again, we're going to cut those out of that red piece of paper. And again, that red is the back side of the holly. The bonus of having a paper package, you get 2 sheets of each paper, so you can use both sides of that. And again, Cascade Trails, we just kind of put over the top of it. Doesn't matter which way the little point goes. Sometimes I like to put the point if it's gonna, I have space to point at a picture. I like to just put that so it points up at the picture. Then the next one we are going to do is Abbey Road, which I would like to think was named after me, but I know Susan would disagree. So, and And I'm ABBY. So anyways, here's Abbey Road. This is Abbey Road 1B and 1A. And we are going to take the flip side of this is the plaid paper, but we're going to take that white paper. And again, this just lets us kind of break up our patterns and give us some dimension in between where we're going to put our pictures. So we cut that out of Abbey Road 1A and 1B. So those are going to go right there. And we've got our edges all nice and chalked. So when you put this together, you can kind of see how that all just fits together with all of that look right there. One of the secrets I like to do when I'm adhering my layouts is I like to just run my tape runner on the bottom edge and kind of build my layout going up, because then we can tuck and scoot things underneath. So you can kind of see, if I take this apart a little bit, how I made this one. I only have adhesive on the bottom row of this one, because then I'm able to, if I want to stick the red one underneath this, or I'm able to stick the white underneath that. So a lot of times when I build a layout, I'm building from the bottom up or the top. Again, you can kind of see how we did the top up here. I just really have adhesive on that top section up there, because then I can stick pictures under there and this is not adhered down. So at the end of your layout, once you get all your pictures on and have everything where you want it to be, then you can go back and attach or adhere this bottom part back down. But a lot of times I just like to do it so that I can kind of fuss and move things around. I do use a repositionable tape runner when I do it, but sometimes I feel like you don't want to keep lifting things up and moving things around. So that's how I build my layouts, from the top down or the bottom up. Then the next thing, what we're going to do is take our accessories and get those in here. And again, we're using the sampler set 1 and sampler set 2. If any of you guys have the old class kits, these are all the products that are used in the class kits. So when you're teaching a class or you're showing other people, the class kits allowed me to have 10 sets, and I could give everybody their own set, and everybody have the same layouts. One of my very favorite accessories is brackets. The beauty of all of the brackets, either the tinies or the regular accessory size, brackets are great for pointing at your pictures, and they're also a great spot to journal and put dates or document things, and you can make those as short or as long as you want. So in this case, what I actually did, and you can see this up here on the finished layout, is I actually cut it off right across here. So this one isn't a full size just because it fits right underneath there. So you can adjust the sizes of these brackets. But brackets are fantastic for journaling, for pointing at your pictures. So if you can't decide what products to buy, people say, if I can only buy 3, which ones would I get? Brackets is always an accessory that I would send you to, because it's such a great versatile product. Okay, and my next favorite one that I would send you to are tags. The tags are fabulous because they're all different sizes, but you can do a lot with them. And because I tend to scrap a lot with the paper kits, and most paper kits have a 3x4 and a 4x6 cut apart sheet on them, what you can do is oftentimes just take those and make tags right out of those cut aparts, because they're already the perfect size for that. So what we're going to do with this little guy is actually make the tag out of the red. And then what I did to make this, and you can see it up here, is I actually just cut this guy down a little bit so he fits right on the tag. So it gives him a little place that I can kind of outline him or showcase him with the actual tag set, and just cut him down and put him right there. So it kind of gets that color and breaks up that blue. So again, tags are perfect. And I use that tag again on the far right side that you can see over here. I just cut the tops of that. So what I like to do with this is actually just take the tag template, and I just take my scissors and just snip it. So sometimes you don't even have to trace. This makes it super fast just to go ahead and snip that. And then you've got your little tag created just by doing that on your 3x4 cut aparts. So 3x4 cut aparts and your tag are good friends, and make fast work of this. Again, our goal tonight is just making a lot of layouts out of a quick paper pack, and getting a lot done when you're creating, because you will amaze people when you come out with this layout and you've done it so fast, but not had a lot of effort going into it. So then what I just did was make my photo mat, so you can kind of see what I was thinking when I set those up. Typically I cut photo mats a 1/2 inch bigger than a standard picture. So this, if this is a typical 3x5, the mat is 3.5. by 5.5, or 4 by 6 is 4.5 by 6.5, which is what this one is. So then I don't have to cut my pictures down. So one of those things, like I said, if we have pre-made layouts, when it comes time to put my sledding pictures or my snow pictures on, I just have to slap them on here because my mats are already the same size. I don't have to worry about fussy cutting or getting them cut the right size. So again, this is another one that is 3.5 or 4.5 by 6.5. And then you can use all different sizes. So I just put some samples in here so you can see that. There's some extra ones of these left over. So if you like the same ones or what you want to do, but those are photo mats or just an idea that you can see where those went. Oh, we almost forgot about our Celebrate. This is a very delicate one that comes in the kit. In your sampler kit. This is Celebrate 4T, and you can see that I cut that out. Kind of looks like a little snowflake, if you will, and we put that up in that top corner so you can kind of see where that sits in that top corner. Sometimes those are challenging to chalk. I haven't figured out the best way to do that yet. So that's what we used on that layout. So hopefully you caught the templates that we use, but again, those are all in your sampler kits. So easy peasy. So when you're going to a crop, you just have to grab a handful of templates. You don't have to take this big rack or figure out how to travel with them or storing them or that kind of stuff. You can just grab and go. So hopefully you guys can see these kind of a little bit closer up and see all the details, but super fun layouts. Easy to do, simple, using a regular border, a fun border, and some accessories. And then I don't know if you caught, we've got some little stickers. Each pack of paper comes with a sticker sheet. So I use those to go through at the end and throw on some extra embellishment. The little snowmen there and the little embellishments here are all from your sticker sheet. So again, another way just to kind of pep your stuff up when you have that pack of paper. Okay, so let's move on to our next one. This one is a pretty easy one that I try to show people that you can get a lot of bang for your buck on these by really not having a lot of templates, because I think a lot of people don't know what to buy, again, like I said, or you don't have that many. So you can use them in all sorts of different ways. So this one doesn't use a lot of templates, but it kind of packs in a lot of punch of getting your colored cardstock in here and your patterned paper. So with this one, we are going to take our patterned paper. And like I said, we're going to use the green, and this is actually green paper that Photoplay made. And so it matches our stuff pretty well. But again, it's got the little dots. I don't know. Let me hold it up. You can maybe see it. But I think those are kind of fun papers to use instead of just a plain cardstock, which doesn't have any texture or dimension to it. So for this one, we are going to use McKay Boulevard. Now that one is not in that template starter set, but it's a good classic one to use. But again, any of the templates that you have will work just fine for this. On these, I try to find wider ones. I am a fan of putting stuff back to back on pages because I think it brings continuity to the entire layout. So what I like to do is put things on and then actually cut as you can see here on that accessory, just cut it in half. So what we did was take McKay Boulevard, this is 3A, and McKay 3B, and we cut it out of our little light paper, the Christmas light bulbs. So again, you guys all know how to cut. This one, we did get a lot of bang for our buck, you can see. So all I did was just trace that once, cut it apart, and then just cut with my trimmer to get that other side. And then that's what's going to go on the opposite side. So those go together. And this is great paper because the lights almost look like they're all coming together across the page. So I love this paper. The next thing we did with this one is cut a lot of accessories out. And this is where I took my other sheet of plain red cardstock, because we know we talked about using 3 colors of cardstock, 2 sheets of each one. So because we chose the blue background, we still have some extra plain cardstock to use. So that's why with these, because we had so much going on with the light paper, I just chose a plain colored paper that we could embellish. So this is Celebrate 8T. And this one I like because you can use it to embellish, you can use it to put dates on, you can put a title on your page. There's a lot that you can do with this little banner. So we just cut it out. And then used our sticker sheet because there's a little sticker that says Santa on it that we could kind of just put right on that, which made that fun. The cloud is Nature 6, and that's a flower, a cloud, a treetop, a whatever you want to make it. But he looks cute right here in the center with our gnomes on it, so we can get them on there. And again, I just put that here, and then I just cut it right in half right along that so that you can split your pages up, but they kind of look like those gnomes should be together. So that's Nature 6 that we used for that. Alrighty, and then the arrow, this arrow is a classic. This is Explore 3T. The thing I love about the arrows is that you can use them both ways. So depending on which side you talk, you can use this arrow both ways. And I like to use it to point to pictures. So as you can see in the layout up here, we used it to point to that picture. So if you want to highlight a certain picture on there, or put a date, or put a name, or put a little funny saying, you can do that with your arrows. So an arrow is always a classic thing that shows up on my layouts. Another favorite is Wacky. This is Wacky 3. This one is a classic one if you're doing a lot of outdoor pictures, because it's always a sun for me. So I can find some yellow paper and put that upside down as a sun. But for this layout, it's good to showcase our gnomes. So you can see up at the top, we put those behind our gnomes, our gnome for the holidays, so that you can, I don't know where my gnome, here he is. Okay, so that's one of those 3x4 cut aparts. Again, the joy of using a paper pack is that sometimes you don't have to put as much on a page, because you can use this for your title or your highlighting. So again, gnomes are so popular right now that lots of people have pictures with them, or decor, that kind of thing that you can use. So that's just simply a 3x5 cut apart, 3x6 cut apart, 4x6 cut apart, I guess it is. So I just put that there. Then the rest of it, I just did mats for photo layouts. So I just took another mat, and then I was just able to cut down this Merry Christmas, because it kind of goes with your lights there. And then what you can do is just put whatever different size mats that you want on this. Again, I typically use the 4.5 by 6.5 to go on there, just because I don't have to cut my pictures down. You can use either side. This one's got a fun candy cane, which would make a nice mat to it as well. You've got plenty of red paper. I did not use any extra paper on these other than the sheets that I showed you. So there's plenty of paper the way you cut out your accessories to go ahead and use some remaining stuff to make your mats. So again, depending on the size of your pictures, or how many pictures you want, or the direction of your pictures will depend on how you want to do your layout. So again, you can see all the different ways that you can do that. So nice, easy layout. It's got a lot of accessories to it to add those elements. And then you're going to take that sticker sheet. And like I said, that sticker sheet is going to allow you to embellish all the things. So this is an example of the sticker sheet that's in that pack. So you can see I use this little banner at the top of the gnomes, and then lots of just different little sayings on here. So if you see this up close, you got the Merry Christmas, the cheer. Sometimes I'll put these right on top of pictures. So once you get your picture on here, I just go ahead and put the stickers right on there. And then you could put your Santa or another title. I've got a little gnome sticker in the corner. And then we got our little gnomes over here. And what else did we use down here? Jingle all the way, ho, ho, ho. So lots of different things that we can use here. Again, you can embellish these at any way. A lot of times what I'll do is get all my layouts done how I want them, and then I set up all 6 pages, and then I take my sticker sheet and just go around and put those stickers on top after I get everything done. So kind of a fun sticker sheet, add some more pep to your pages. All right, hopefully you guys are having fun seeing all these pages since Christmas is only a month away. Let me check and see, are there any questions that people have, or any comments that people have online? So let's check that out real quick. I'll put this down here so you guys can see that a little bit closer. All right, I don't see anything right now. So hopefully everybody's doing well and finding lots of fun stuff on here. So, okay, we will move on to our final layout so that you can see that. Okay. Oh, I see some comments now. I see some gnome lovers on here, Miss Heather Pullins and Misty. Misty was just at the inn this week. Okay, so this is our final layout. So this is the black, and I just think black makes a stunning background for our layouts. So it makes those gnome pop, their little buckles and that kind of stuff. So this is the layout that we're going to do with that one. Okay, so we've got our 2 pieces of paper. Let me put this off to the side. Okay, so what do we have on this one? This one we're going to use Paisley Place. This is a classic one. Paisley Place has been around for a long time. It's one of the originals in the sets, so I tend to use it quite a bit on mine. This is Paisley Place 1A and Paisley Place 1B. So the hard part about paper that is directional is this. When we teach people, oh, you can do these back to back and then you can cut apart and do that. When you've got directional paper, as you can see, that does not work. So that's the only bummer about this one, is that you actually have to cut it twice on your paper. So when you line these layouts on your paper, you have to do this when you cut them out. So you have to do 2 cuts like that. So it does take a little bit more cutting, but you have to just pay attention to directional paper. So when you can find a paper pack that is non-directional and is paper, you've hit the jackpot. But anyways, it's cute paper. It's so fitting with the gnomes. So we went ahead and used this. So Paisley Place. And so you got your 1B on the right and 1A on the left. Now, the other thing that I like to do on a lot of layouts is, again, take a strip of paper, kind of like we did on the blue layouts. Just take a strip of paper and put it on the bottom. I think it just kind of gives a little bit of a border to your project and just kind of an ending part to it. So this little strip of the stripes is actually the other sheet of cut aparts that we didn't use. So what you can do is decide which cut aparts you might want to use to make for cards, because you'll have about 5 or 6 of them left over at the end of that. So I just went ahead and cut an inch stripe off, but it's a stunning stripe just for this layout. So we'll put a 1-inch strip on the bottom of that layout. They used to make a pack called strips. I think those of us that have been around for a long time might still have some strips in our stash. But the strips are perfect for this, and I tend to use a strip on at least one layout when I'm doing this. Okay, then we've got our fun border, and this one we use is Cedar Trails. So as you know, Cedar Trails 1A, 1B are the same. So a lot of times when I cut these, then I just go ahead when I trace 1, and then as I'm tracing that, again, you can see how you can just get one cut and then separate them. And then put your second tracing on there, so you can get 1, 2, 3 cuts and get them all done, and you get both layouts or both pieces on that. So again, that's Cedar Trails 1A. Okay, so you're going to just put those up there. Again, you're going to use your ink and your dauber and get those outlined so that you can't see the pencil marks or your imperfections. When we did a lot of layouts and samples for shows and stuff like that, or for the inn, my kids in their younger years would cut everything out for me. So I said, if my 8-year-old can cut this, you can cut it too, because it doesn't have to be perfect and your imperfections will be hidden. And actually on black paper, you really can't see your imperfections. So that's even better. Okay, so the next thing we've got are our accessories at this point in time. So classic accessories right behind my brackets and my tags is elements 1, this arrow. This arrow is so useful on any layout that you have. I like to use it on pages so that I can, if I don't have many pictures and I want to do a theme page, like let's say, oh, it only snowed once in Ohio, and we only have maybe just a few sledding pictures or a few snow pictures, then I might only have 1 or 2 pictures for a layout. So this is a great use of, hey, an element. It's a way that you can journal on the side. You can put a date, you can put notes, you can put stickers, you can point to pictures. I think it's just a great accent piece. The nice thing is that you can cut this arrow to whatever width you want. So you can see how we use that arrow here. We actually ended up cutting it to get it to go down low enough to get a picture underneath it. So you can kind of see where we tuck that in that right side there. Okay, next we've got accents 1T, and that's our little flower. Now I think that flowers aren't good for Christmas. You're wrong. So we can put this on anything, and we can just kind of add it as an element to our pages. Again, this comes in that sampler set. So again, using all the products from your sampler set, so that when you're picking up and going for a day crop, you're grabbing a paper pack, 6 sheets of cardstock, and those 2 sampler sets, and you're off and running. So what we did with this little guy is cut it out in red. And then I don't know if you can see right here, I'll show this a little bit closer. There's a little snowflake sticker. So kind of make it into a little snowflake, but a little accent piece there to break up that page right there. And in our tag collection, this is tag number 1 in the tag section. And so we cut that out, and you can see how we just tuck that in underneath right here. And then we can use that again to put elements on, just to leave it blank if you use a bright pattern sheet on it, but that's a good little spot for that. And then cutting apart, using our cut apart sheets, and I chose these 3. So this little gnome, how cute is he with the little antlers? So he's just going to go here in that bottom left-hand corner. And then our little gnome Santa going down the chimney. I like the ones, the cut aparts again, that have a 3x4 space on them, that have blank spaces for journaling. You can put the date, if you were naughty or nice, what you got for Christmas that year, the date, the year, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's just a great place to add a journaling element. And then again, you have enough paper in all of this. I didn't use any additional paper other than what I showed you when we started, that you're going to cut your photo mats. So again, you can just put a paper right onto the black background, or you can put papers on like this. So again, depending on the direction of your paper, but now we've got our papers all set up so that we can put our elements right on it. Our papers right on it when we take those pictures, so you're ready ahead of time. I do tend to use pop dots a lot. I try to pop dot as much as I can, putting pop dots under little elements like this, or things that are like in the corners like that. I tend to pop dot them again. It gives it more elements and lets those little additional things stand out that you're working with. So, and then you can see, we'll get this out of the way. You can see a little bit closer here. I'll show you we use the sticker sheet again to put the stuff on it. Now this one is an interesting one because the sticker sheet comes with this long strip on it. And sometimes I never know what to do with these because you only have one for a 2-page layout. So what you can see, what we did with that right here is put it right, those presents right down the center, and then cut it in half. So just kind of gave a little pep of color in between that. So we used the presents there. And like I said, we put the little sticker in the middle of the flower. I like doing that on a lot of different things. You could put buttons on that, put the string through them, all that kind of stuff to add different layouts. And then put the little stickers on there. Excuse me. A little sticker up there, the little holly branches. So it just kind of makes the page come together when you use the sticker sheets from the collection packs. So that in a nutshell is our fun collection of using one paper pack. So it's a collection pack. Those are usually readily available. This one was a photo play known for Christmas that we use, especially because the gnomes are so popular, using 3 sheets of cardstock, the sampler set 1 and 2. And that's what created all of our layouts. And we'll put a picture up of all the different layouts that we got out of this, but see how fast and easy it was for us to make 3 different layouts, 3 2-page layouts in such a short amount of time. So you can see all those again, what we've created. So you'll wow all your friends with having these pages done so quickly. But again, if you don't have a lot of choices in terms of what papers you're using and you just go to town and get them done, most paper packs that I use are, you can get 3 completely different looking layouts, as you can see, even though it's using paper from the same paper pack. So if you have any questions, just pop them on there. Otherwise, I hope you guys have had a fun night and you're enjoying your time crafting in. Again, my name is Abby Heckman. And like I said, I've been with Kiwi Lane for a long time, and we've had so much fun with it at the inn. And hopefully I see there's some people on here that learned about Kiwi Lane by coming to the inn, but super fun products, super good scrapbooking stuff. And like I said, this video is a great one for people that you just don't know where to get started, or you don't have a lot of time to scrapbook, or you're trying to be portable to go to a day crop. So this will hopefully get you organized and get you ready to go. So I will sign off for the night, but if you want to watch this again, it will be in the archives, and I think they're going to put it on YouTube. So hope you had a good night, and I wish you all happy holidays. Thank you.